You're listening to the Cash News Podcast with Tom Meehan and Shaun Ferrari.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 7, lucky number 7 of the Cash News Podcast. If you didn't get a chance to listen to episode 6, we actually did our first real live taping, and Shaun's going to talk a little about that in a minute. But please, if you haven't had a chance, like, subscribe, comment. You can find us just about anywhere you can find podcasts. And while it is only our 7th episode, so far we're having a great time and getting a lot of feedback. Today is a micro episode. We're going to be really short, a short episode today, just to give a quick update. Our commitment to you is to continuously publish every other week with a mix of guests, live events, and just Shaun and I kind of talking about current events. And, there are a lot of things going on in the world around cash and currency and payments right now. So yesterday on our live taping, which would be a week from today, I think when this is actually published, we talked all about digital currency and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So our commitment stays the same, that we're going to continuously try to bring the current events out there. I think in the upcoming weeks, we'll talk about HSBC's retail exit, what that means for banking, what it doesn't mean for banking, and get some folks on that know a little bit more about it. But Shaun, over to you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Thanks, everybody, again for tuning in today. As Tom said, we'll keep this brief. We hope you guys had a chance to listen to our live taping. At some point, I'm not sure when this will be posted in relation to that, but it happened yesterday in real time. It went really well. Jamiel and John with the central bank digital currency think tank joined us, and we really liked that conversation. We had a lot of good interaction on LinkedIn, a lot of good questions. I think definitely highlighted the fact that digital currency is something that central banks need to think about and plan for. Probably not gonna take over from cash anytime soon, or that might not even be its intent in most areas. But nonetheless, it's definitely something that's happening out there that folks need to plan for and do correctly. Think about the trade-offs along with it. So I think it was a great discussion. The guys from the Central Bank Digital Currency Think Tank are amazing. They're doing a lot of good work in this space with some educational sessions around the world, and are partnering with us at Currency Research to have some workshops in advance of our conferences, particularly next February, the Digital Currency Conference. So it's really, really good stuff. I think maybe one of the things that I'll just mention as happening this past week is I went on the first in-person business trip I've been on in a while, over a year, I guess, at this point. That was really nice. I forgot a little bit how to adjust to time zones and that sort of thing, but my body will get back used to it. But yeah, it was great to see people face to face and have those discussions again, and just get back out there. And we were actually on site at our hotel that we'll be using in San Diego this December for the America's Cash Cycle Seminar. And it was the first meeting that they had in the events team where we didn't have to wear masks, and we could actually be talking to each other and walking around the hotel. And so it was good to be getting back out there, and definitely looking forward to it. So I think the world is returning to a bit of normal. Obviously, there's still a lot going on out there, but it's going to be great to get back into it, and we're definitely looking forward to it. So with that, Tom, I kind of turn it back over to you.
Well, thank you. And I think it warrants me saying that I actually went on my first business trip a couple weeks ago. So it was getting back on a plane, and actually it was a customer that prompted to see me. And I echo exactly what you said, how nice it was. And it was just refreshing to sit down and have lunch with a customer. And the feeling was definitely mutual. It was, hey, this is amazing. And the human interaction and how important it is. And I know that you and I were discussing prior to this taping right now, how excited we are that at some point we'll actually do these in person and sit together and probably get goofy and have fun. But the value of that will be. So I'm certainly looking forward to getting out and seeing everybody again. And I think I'm hastily saying that we're getting back to normal, but I can tell you that I traveled twice in the last 30 days, and with the exception of wearing a mask on the plane, it was relatively the same things that occurred, lunch meetings, working in, felt like getting into in the corporate buildings, that things were starting to act, a little bit more normalcy. No one took my temperature. So it was like I went into a corporate building and no one took my temperature. And so I said, wow, that's if that's the gauge of normal, then that's where we're getting to. So definitely excited for all of the listeners, and we appreciate everything. And thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Cash News Podcast. We hope you found this episode insightful. Don't forget to like and review us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter, and be sure to visit us at thecashnews.com to stay up to date with the latest on the world of cash. Thanks again for listening to the Cash News Podcast.